Half minutes in, first quarter, no score. As you look at that Jet offensive line, Ward and Rasmussen, Fields, Alexander, and Powell. Clark Gaines up to the 34-yard line. A pickup of 5 on the play. Mike Hawkins, the outside linebacker, making the stop. We touched upon the tremendous bowl lineup upcoming here on NBC, and we are going to bowl you over starting on Christmas Day. The Pitt Panthers take on the Wildcats of Arizona in the Fiesta. New Year's Day, Heisman Trophy winner Charles White leading third-ranked USC against the Buckeyes of Ohio State, and undefeated Florida State facing Billy Sims and the Oklahoma Sooners in the Orange Bowl. Durking to the outside, a penalty marker thrown.
26 defense.
Hey, it's working. Well, the microphone is now working, and it is left quarterback Ray Claiborne.
That's why I do not wear a striped shirt with a whistle around my neck.
Mike, we understand. It is a 1st and 5 at the 44-yard line. I'll make that a 1st and 10 at the 44. Richard Todd just did get it off. A free safety. Tim Fox on the blitz. Clark Gaines, the intended receiver.
Todd read the blitz, but not quick enough. There's that defensive line. Ray Hamilton in the middle is the key. If he plays a great game, tough to run against those 3.
And Julius Adams replacing the injured Richard Bishop, who was out with a twisted knee suffered against Buffalo 2 games back. Missed the Miami game. 2nd and 10 now. And Todd to throw. A bullet broken up. Jerome Barkham not able to hold on. He was jarred by the strong safety, Dennis McCray. It'll be a 3rd and 10.
New England blitzed on the last play. This time they send the middle linebacker, Steve Nelson. He's knocked down. They pick up the blitz. Todd throws a perfect pass. Jerome Barkham can't hold on. It's tough when you pick it up and get one dropped.
Patriot linebackers, Hawkins, Nelson, Hunt. And Schote now replaced by Kostick.
Nelson and Hunt make it awful tough up that middle, Marv.
It is a 3rd and 10 for Todd. And down he goes. Score. It is a must-win situation for the New England Patriots. Miami has already defeated Detroit. Stanley Morgan is back and lets it go and takes an excellent bounce for the Jets. Inside the 50. At the New England 48, Todd is 0 for 3, although one was dropped by Barkham. That's Scott Durkin. Clark Gaines, who is the leading ball carrier on the New York Jets and who has the best average in the National Football League, has been used sparingly thus far. Durkin has been the key man out of the backfield. New England coach Ron Earhart, an assistant with the Patriots in '73. Recent years, an offensive coordinator taking over from Chuck Fairbanks. Durkin picked up 5. 2nd and 5, and now Gaines gets the call, and it's a short yardage advance for Clark Gaines. Sam Hunt, number 50, right inside linebacker on the stop.
The nose tackle in the 3-4 is the important man. Look at how Sugar Bear just jams it up in the middle. There's no way to run a draw if he wins the battle with Fields at center.
It is a 3rd and about 5.
A little pressure on that guy right there you're looking at.
Tom Newton has come on now, and here is Todd, who is 0 for 3. NFL semi-pro does it all. Not well.
Not well, but I fooled him for 7 years.
It is a 1st down for the Jets at the 22. Gaines is the lone D-back. Fox is back. He was shaken up moments ago, but he's all right. And now we're set. This is Gaines off the hole on the right side. Clark Gaines stopped by Tim Fox.
One of the things about the 3-4 defense is you want to get the linebackers to overreact. Misdirection play. Sam Hunt goes the wrong way and sets it up perfectly. And that's what you got to do. You can't overreact in the 3-4 or you'll run right by a big tackle.
Gaines picked up 6, 2nd and 4 for the Jets down at the 16-yard line. Hopper and to throw with time. He's got Hopper, and he's put out of bounds. Inside the 5, a first down for the Jets. Ray Claiborne making the hit on Hopper.
If you're playing against the 3-4 defense, Marv, you have got to throw to your backs. They've got 8 people back there guarding 3 of your wide receivers, including the tight end. So you got to send the backs out of the backfield, try to get them one-on-one on linebackers, and Harper was wide open that time.
11-yard pass play, first and goal for the Jets. Down at the 5, we're scoreless. 4.5 left in this first quarter. Full house backfield now for the Jets. And Todd on the bootleg, now looking to throw. A penalty marker thrown down as he...
Number 82, holding.
Well, I was right on the holding, but it was the wrong guy.
The tight end, Mickey Schuler, is called on the hold, and it is now a first and goal back at the 15-yard line. They shift in the Jet backfield to the I. And this is Durkin looking to go outside, but stopped at the 13-yard line. A pickup of 2. Ray Claiborne on the submarine tackle of number 25, Scott Durkin.
A good call by Richard Todd, the draw play, but the one problem is Durkin goes outside. You can't run outside against a 3-4 defense. The linebackers are too quick, and they have the wide side of the field covered.
It is a second goal at the 13. Double tight end, Jerome Barkham and Mickey Schuler are in. Now gains the long setback. And Todd throws into the touchdown. York Gaffney giving the Jets a 6-0 lead as Gaffney was able to split between Claiborne and McRae.
Perfect call, Marv. Zone defense at the 15-yard line. Gaffney right in between Claiborne and Prentice McRae, and a perfect pass by Richard Todd. He threaded the needle. Gaffney, nobody around him, and gets around the board. New England's got to win this football game.
For Derek Gaffney, his first touchdown of the season. Now Dave Jacobs, 4 for 4.
Hold it down and gave him a chance.
This time a line drive by Jacobs. And this is Rick Sanford on the return out near the 30-yard line. Grogan is only 2 out of 6 for 24 yards thus far. Horace Ivory and Sam Cunningham, the running backs, Grogan to throw on first down. And let's see, shoot that catch by Ivory. And they're calling it incomplete.
It bounced, Marv. Nice acting job by Ivory, though. He tried to make it look like he'd caught it. I don't like that pass from Grogan. You can tell when he's going bad when it bounces to his receivers. He had plenty of time. Ivory was open. Nice acting job, Horace. You almost fooled him.
Got to try.
That's right.
It is a 2nd and 10 at the 30-yard line. And this time on the draw, Cunningham. And Sam Bam has picked up the first down. Across the 40, the free safety, Burgess Owens, able to make the tackle.
One of the problems for the New England Patriots in their poor times over the last couple of weeks has been the absence of this big guy. You can't play football without Sam Bam Cunningham at that fullback spot. You see the reason why. Picked up the first down. He's a great, great athlete.
It's a 12-yard advance, first down for New England at their 42. Cunningham missed the last 2 games because of an ankle injury in his 7th year out of the University of Southern Cal. And this time, Grogan on the bootleg. And Grogan is hit and he fumbles. It is recovered by the Patriots. He had the first down, but the fumble puts it right back.
Steve Grogan, which one shows up? Dr. Grogan on the bootleg, and he fooled everybody except our crack cameraman. They got it nailed. Now watch, he's got the first down, and again, this young man holds the record for the most yards gained by a quarterback ever in the Patriots history. A great tackle, that helmet on ball, and the Patriots were alive. And you're right, Marv, he had the first down, but with the fumble, he ends up with 2nd and 4.
Shelby Jordan was able to cover up on it. Second back coming through. Ivory near the first down marker. Ivory averaging just under 4 yards per carry, stopped by Salam.
If I was a running back in the NFL, I'd demand 73 be my left guard. I'd run behind him all day, and you see why right there. Stan Blinka just found out what it was like to get blocked by an All-Pro.
John Hannah.
Hog Hannah, they call him, and he can root you right out.
A candlestick in for Oakland, leading Cleveland second quarter, 3rd and inches now. And it is a first down picked up by Cunningham. Well, Grogan decided to hand off, and Cunningham came roaring through, stopped by the free safety, Burgess Owens.
After Grogan fumbled, he found his best running back. Short yardage, Sam Cunningham. Look at how he slid along the line, looked for the little crease, knows he only needs inches, slipped right through. He can do it all.
Minute and a half left, first quarter. New England coach Ron Earhart.
He's got to be pulling his hair out, Marv. With all that talent, they shouldn't be 8-6.
All right, 1st and 10 for Grogan. Pops over the middle, and a jarring tackle by McKibben. Cunningham not able to hold on.
I told you they're going to pick on that rookie linebacker, and he's come to the fore every time so far. A big tackle, played the run well, threw him for a loss. Grogan's wringing his hands saying, what do I do next?
Grogan has completed 50% of his passes. He's thrown for 24 touchdowns, second to Brian Sipe of Cleveland, who has connected 27 times. He's been intercepted 19 times. Last game against Miami, 21 for 39, and he threw the 5 touchdowns to the early meeting against the New York Jets. He's incomplete in his last 6, and that streak has been stopped. Stanley Morgan meeting Bobby Jackson, and it's a first down for the Patriots down at the 34-yard line.
Who could figure out Steve Grogan? Throws one in the dirt, dumps a pass off, then he zips that out pattern for a first down. He's up and down more than a yo-yo.
Stanley Morgan, who had a sensational game in September against the Jets, caught 3 passes, 2 for touchdowns.
Just the kind of receiver that ran me out of the league.
1st and 10 at the 34, and Grogan running out of trouble. Grogan puts it up again. And let's see, we'll wait until they unravel. It is recovered once again by the Patriots. So that's the second time that Grogan has fumbled. Stan Blinka with the hit to jar the football loose.
Steve Grogan better put some stickum on his fingers. Again, he uses his great athletic ability. He sees everyone is covered. He knows he's a good runner. Got one problem, though. He's not having the best success at holding on to the football today, and you can't carry it like that once you've fumbled. What breaks for the Patriots, though?
Well,
bounce right to him.
Horace Ivory able to recover earlier. It was Shelby Jordan, and it's a 2nd and 4 at the Jet 28-yard line. This is Cunningham. Joe Flacco was right there, a loss of 1. Sets it back 3rd and 5 at the 29 with this first quarter drawing to a close. Final.
Mike Haynes, he's out with bruised ribs.
And the kickoff by Smith. Hopper with difficulty. Now Hopper on the return to the 20 right side. Durkin and Gates are the running backs. And Scott Durkin gets the call. Fighting his way out to the 25. Steve Nelson, number 57, inside linebacker on the left, making the stop.
What an enigma these two offensive clubs are. You wonder what the veteran New England club's going to do week to week. On the other hand, it's the young Jet offense who sometimes shows up and sometimes doesn't.
They have been very difficult to figure out. They come off the win over Baltimore, the 6-8. They lost their previous 3, blown out of an embarrassment in Seattle, losing in Chicago, losing 14-12 against Buffalo. That's the ball game that saw Linhart miss 2 extra points. Clark Gaines going nowhere. Stopped at the line. It'll be a 3rd and 6 at the 25. Again, it's Steve Nelson on the tackle.
And Julius Adams, who was a rookie when I played with the New England Patriots, makes a nice move. Great lateral pursuit. That's what made Adams the club when he was a rookie. And he's filling in today for Richard Bishop, who's out with that twisted knee that you talked about.
All right, to set time correctly, it should be pointed out that Julius in his 8th year out of Texas Southern.
Making me old again. I got you.
It is a 3rd and 6 at the 25-yard line. Now Hopper and Gaines, the running backs. Todd looking to throw, and down he goes. It's Mel Lunsford.
No, I'll tell you, if I had his speed, I wouldn't fair catch it at all. He's going to break one on you.
getting gun shy, Mike?
Well, maybe the 10-man rush.
Oh, Ramsey in big trouble. With the man chasing Ramsey, and as you say, a good play. Now, here's the free kick by Ramsey following the safety. Tremendous hang time, and it's taken by Stanley Morgan. Angles it out as the race for the playoffs goes down to the wire, featuring the Seahawks and the Raiders. We suggest you check your local listings for the game in your area. Grogan with time, underthrowing. I don't know if someone got a piece of that one. Sam Cunningham, the intended receiver, and Grogan very upset. Mike McKibben covering on the play, but it has been a struggle here in the first half for that young man.
And again, you saw that bounced pass. That means he's holding on too long, means he's tentative. He doesn't know whether to throw it or not, and you tend to hold on too long and bounce it to the receiver, and that doesn't count in the NFL.
Grogan is now 3 for 11 for only 35 yards. At one stretch, he went 6 in a row, incomplete. Harold Jackson to the left, Stanley Morgan right. Now Harris Ivory to the 48-yard line in Jet territory. Number 76, Lawrence Pillars was there. It's a 4-yard pickup, and it'll be a 3rd and 6.
If the Patriot offense is going to get cranked up, Steve Grogan's going to have to start completing passes. That's all there is to it.
Grogan in his 5th year out of Kansas State, as we mentioned earlier, has had his ups and downs this season, but overall, statistically, his best year in the National Football League. And Grogan is Hammerstino, the rookie out of East Central Oklahoma. And here is Hare back to punt from his 30. Harper is back deep. Plays the high hop to the 20. And stumbles across. Pivotal game.
Denver and Houston like that score.
That game affecting many clubs. Todd throwing the bomb and overthrows Bobby Jones in a race with Rick Sanford.
And that's the place to go. We mentioned that Mike Haynes has not played today because of bruised ribs. So why not go after the guy who is filling in at cornerback? Not like Jones. Free agents who come out of the sandlots and really perform well. He's done as good a job as anybody filling in for Wesley Walker.
Number 25 is Sanford, the rookie out of South Carolina. Started against Miami and went the distance.
Hey, he's no rookie out there.
Number 1 draft pick of the Patriots, 2nd and 10 for Todd at the Jet 26. And Durkin tried to follow Newton as he went the right side up near the 30-yard line. Claiborne and Adams combining to make the stop.
They're all the contenders that are avidly watching the scoreboard today. Again, New England still got a shot. And I'll tell you, Cleveland, if they lose today, boy, we got more possibilities than you can count. Take us a half an hour to explain it.
Al Harper has come on, replacing Newton, so it's Gaines and Harper in that Jet backfield. A 3rd and 7 for the Jets at the 29. Jets lead it 7-5. A John Smith field goal and a safety for those 5 New England points. Todd to Gaffney for the touchdown. Big rush, and Todd just looking to today, and we touched upon the fair catch syndrome of Stanley Morgan. There were 17 of them. That's going into today's play. A long count. And Ramsey able to get it away. Good punt. Morgan, 40-yard line. Morgan up near midfield. Up 7-5. Patriots take over following the punt return by Stanley Morgan. First down at their 49-yard line. The handoff to Cunningham. A change of direction by Cunningham, running to the 48-yard line. So a 3-yard advance sets up a 2nd and 7 for the Patriots.
And again, Marv, Mr. Grogan has got to start throwing the football, and he's got to do it soon. The Jets are eating up their running game.
Correction, the man who was shaken up on the sideline now, we're told, after the original report of Maresco, was right side linebacker Mike McKibben. So he has been replaced by Ron Crosby on the right side. 2nd and 7. That's Jackson in motion. And here's Grogan, who is 3 for 11. Going deep downfield. Touchdown.
Said that Steve Grogan has got to crank up that arm. 3 out of 11 going into this pass is not going to get it. And they're going after Johnny Lynn. And he just plain got beat by Stanley Morgan. You knew it was coming. You knew it was coming. Watch Johnny Lynn. He knows he's against speed, and he just gets outrun and then tries to interfere, even to stop it. Look, he even tried to tackle him. But Morgan was so wide open with that great speed, and Grogan drilled him. And Steve Grogan, you never know.
That is touchdown number 11 on the season. Reception yardage, another New England Patriot record. Stanley Morgan doing it off that touchdown. Here's Bruce Hopper on the return. 25. Breaks a tackle and breaks free. One man left. John Smith off return with the long gainer right there. Here's Gaines, and he's hit back for a loss. L. Lunsford on the stop. Stanley Morgan, who hit the jackpot off that last touchdown reception.
We said it was only a matter of time somebody got to Johnny Lynn, the quarterback for the Jets, and who else but Stanley Morgan with his great speed to do it. He can beat a lot of cornerbacks in defensive line.
2nd and 10 for the Jets. 9 minutes left, first half. And the Patriots have taken a 12-7 lead. Gaines and Durkin are the running backs. Scott Durkin cutting back, his way to the 48-yard line in Patriot territory. Ray Kostick, the inside linebacker. On the right, 3-year veteran out of Mississippi State, stopping Durkin.
The injury report on McKibben, the outside linebacker, he had his bell rung. Asked somebody who had that train coming by, but he may be back. I like that call. 2nd down and long, a running play. That was a good call by Todd.
It is 3rd and about a yard and a half. Tom Newton has come on for the Jets in the backfield. And the first down is picked up by Newton. Tom Newton is the Jets' short yardage specialist. 3-year pro out of the University of California, excellent on special teams. A reminder, NBC Sports World salutes the champions of 79, reviewing the many big moments with an exciting look at the year's major events, from Swan's Super Bowl to Stargell Series and much more. That's Sports Year 79. A salute to the champions, December 22nd on Sports World. 1st and 10, Durkin on the sweep, cuts back and hit down inside the 40-yard line, led by the right guard Dan Alexander. Ray Claiborne, the left quarterback, coming up to make the stop.
There was a graphic example about how tough it is to run outside against a 3-4 defense, and especially the Patriots defense. It looked like they were going to gain big yardage, then that pursuit catches up with you and you're dead. Here it is. It looks like Durkin's got lots of room to run, and now watch the great pursuit by the Patriots. 4 or 5 white shirts around Durkin when he's brought down for a short get.
With the Jets at the Patriot 39-yard line. And again, it's Durkin, but he's tripped up. Stopped at the 40. Scott Durkin.
And again, the middle of that 3-4, Sugar Bear Hamilton stacks it all up. He doesn't give much ground, and Durkin's just got nowhere to run. There's Patriots all around him.
Actually got tripped up by his old man and lost a yard on the play. It's a 3rd and 7 now, back at the 40. Joe Fields leading the Jets to the line. Alexander and Rasmussen at the guards, Ward and Powell at the tackles. Now Harper and Gaines in the backfield. 3rd and 7. Richard Todd with time. Unbelievable catch.
He's had trouble with his directional punting this year. That means trying to drop it out on the goal line or whatever.
Now the Jets get a break. Morgan. The New York Jets. It's Sam Cunningham looking to find running room. The middle linebacker, Stan Blinka, and Joe Klecko combined to make that stop.
Watch Klecko, again, the pressure on him, and the thing that you want to do when you've got the offensive team backed up against their goal line is to stop them on 1st down. More often than not, you see a back break through and get 8 or 9 yards and get his club out of a hole.
That's a 2-yard pickup. 2nd and 8. Patriots double tight end, Hasselbeck and Chandler in there. And it's blown to
58.
The left tackle, Pete Brock.
An old center ought to know the snap count.
So it is a 2nd and 13 for Grogan. Goes sideline and completes.
That's it, Fred. Turn on your mic. Didn't go on.
Well, you explained it properly. Jet coach Walt Michaels not too pleased with that last development. And a look at the New England sideline and Ron Earhart, head coach of the Patriots. It is a first down for the Patriots at their 15-yard line. They lead it by the score of 12-7 off the 48-yard touchdown pass. Grogan hitting Morgan. 5.5 left in the second quarter. The give to Cunningham off the left side. He is stopped by Klecko out at the 18-yard line. A 3-yard advance. It'll be a 2nd and 7 for New England.
Rookie middle linebacker Stan Blinkus stacks it up. Number 54, there he is. And I'll tell you, this rookie leads the Jet defense in tackles. Not bad for a rookie.
New England Patriots come off that Thursday night damaging loss to Miami, 39-24. Dolphins coming from behind, running off the 29 second half points, 29 in a row. Patriots blowing a 17-10 lead. Thus today a must-win situation. Horace Ivory on the sweep. Out to the 21-yard line. Abdul Salam able to meet him, along with Marty Lyons to make the stop.
Again, another good call by Steve Grogan. In the passing formation, 2nd and long, and you run the football, and a lot of times you'll catch the linebackers running back in pass coverage and can break it back into the secondary.
3-yard pickup, and it makes for a 3rd and 4 for the Patriots outside the 21. 4 minutes, 15 seconds left first half. Marv Albert, Mike Haffner from Shea Stadium in New York. Crowd urging the Jet defensive unit on. Ivory could not get outside. The free safety, Burgess Owens, able to come up.
The Jets have strung out the wide play, and it looks like they may stop him. Now watch the cutback, and the great backs do this well. And he breaks a tackle and gets the first down.
Patriots beat the Jets 56-3 back in September. Sam Cunningham up to the 30, stopped by Blinka and Salam. So it'll be a 2nd and 7 now for New England. And earlier today, Clark Gaines had mentioned that today will be an all-out war, that the Jets have several scores to settle. They felt the Patriots ran up the score, but Mike, you look back right now with all those tiebreaker situations and the point differential playing a role. You really can't criticize the Patriots in that situation. Here's Grogan off the fake, in trouble, and another fumble by Grogan as he was really well up by pillars, and this time recovered by the Jets. Grogan fumbled twice earlier, but teammates were able to recover. This time it's the Jets on the recovery. Marty Lyons coming up with the football.
If you're a New York Jet fan, 3rd time's the charm. First 2 fumbles by Grogan, recovered by the New England Patriots. Let's watch closely. I think he was trying to throw the football after he's in the grasp of a defender, and they knocked it out before the arm went forward. It was a good call.
Combination of Pillars and Blinka. Jets first out at the 25-yard line, and here is Durkin trying to go outside. Picks up 2 on the play. Ray Claiborne, the left corner, making the stop. You can hear the reaction from the crowd. They would not have voted for that play. Of course, they have the opportunity to take a look after the play.
That's true. Hindsight is 20/20.
2.5 left, first half, and the Patriots lead the Jets by the score of 12-7.
I understand the Boo Birds, though. I like play-action pass on first down after a turnover.
Todd has yet to throw on first down against the Patriots. Did it frequently last week against the Colts. 2nd and 8. Todd going for Jones. Incomplete. Penalty marker down. Clearance on Sanford, and it is the first and goal at the 1-yard line. Tom, touchdown. 5 thus far. 27-yard line, and Grogan goes sideline again. He underthrows the intended receiver, Harold Jackson, covered by a combination of Lynn and Crosby.
And I've said it over and over today, when Grogan goes bad, the passes go short, and we've seen it time and time again. And yet he can turn right around and hit Stanley Morgan on a bomb for a touchdown.
He did connect for 48 yards and the touchdown to Morgan, but Grogan is only 5 for 14 for 95 yards.
Spectacular play doesn't win football games. It's consistency, and those statistics tell you the problem.
It is a 2nd and 10, and this is Horace Ivory. Ivory getting the call and bringing out to the 33-yard line. Pickup of 6. It'll make for a 2nd and 4. And the Patriots now in their hurry-up offense with a minute and a half left in this first half. It is rejected by Marty Lyons, the right defensive end, able to block that pass attempt by Grogan.
All defensive line coaches will tell you.
Yard line. And back deep, 10-man rush. Bruce Hopper, good hang time by Hare, and a fair catch called for.
They get on the board here, they can hurt the Patriots.
35-yard punt for this 1st and 10 for Todd. He goes sideline and completes at the 40 to Gaffney, covered by the strong safety, McCray. And that will set up a 2nd and 2, an 8-yard advance. Now the clock running again. We have a minute left. Off the draw, Clark Gaines barely got back to the line. Mel Lunsford had it diagnosed perfectly.
When you're playing prevent defense, you designate one of the defensive ends to watch for the draw and screen. And Lunsford played it perfectly.
There's a 3rd and 2 for Todd. Throws the middle. He's got the first down. The tight end Barkin at midfield. Stopped by Sam Hunt. Clock continues to run it now. Man must win here today, or the season is over for the Patriots. 1st and 10 for the Jets at the New England 48-yard line. Gaffney, the intended receiver, through the hands of Tim. 1 seconds left now. 2nd and 10 at the 48-yard line. 27 seconds left, first half. Scott Durkin inside the 35, trying to get out of bounds, but did not.
And all the Patriot defensive backs are looking to the sideline right now.
Only 14 seconds left in the half. And Todd goes sideline, and he does complete to Hopper, and it is now field goal range with 10 seconds remaining first half.
Ray Kostick had the responsibility, number 55 for the Patriots, to cover that left sideline. And Todd finds Durkin wide open. Kostick made it, just blew the assignment. He should have been over at that sideline, knowing they had no timeouts left.
10 seconds remaining, and the Jets will try to get closer, or perhaps go for score.
Only 4 seconds on that play. They've got another shot.
Todd going deep, but it's out of bounds. Robinson puts it down. And it is good. Dave Jacobs. All right, we are back. First down for the New England Patriots at the 19-yard line. And Sam Cunningham brings inside the 15. Stan Blinka, middle linebacker, and the outside linebacker, Ron Crosby, is filling in for the injured Mike McKibben, making the stop.
We had a special little timeout that they snuck on us to get that ambulance off the field, and then they came right back to play.
It was an insincere timeout. They fooled him. 5-yard pickup, 2nd and 5. Inside the 15-yard line, the running backs are Cunningham and Ivory. Horace Ivory gets to the 11th, short of a first down. Horace averaging just under 4 per carry. Loss of Andy Johnson, a versatile back, has really hurt this ball club. And, of course, Sam Cunningham has been injured, missed the last 2 games prior to today with that ankle problem. Marty Lyons made the stop on Ivory, and it sets up a 3rd and 2 for New England at the Jet 11.
3rd and 2. You can go either way. You can run for it or pass. They may pick on Crosby, the linebacker who replaced McKibben, if they're going to run the football.
A good punt return by Stanley Morgan, setting up the good field position. This is Ivory. A 1st down and more, setting up the 1st and goal inside the 5. Strong safety Schaefer Suggs making the stop.
When you're going to run for a 1st down, you pick out your best offensive lineman and run behind him, so they pull Hog Hanna. And there goes the 1st down. Hanna got the initial block that sprung Ivory to the outside. And Kreider the rest of the way, who's doing an excellent job filling in at the right offensive guard for Sam Adams, who's got the sprained ankle.
It is a 1st and goal at the 3. 3 minutes in, 3rd quarter. Sam Bam stopped on the play. Stan Blanca, the middle linebacker, the rookie out of Sam Houston State, making the stop.
And again, down on the goal line, 73, John Hanna just blows out 2 people in front of him. And that's where Cunningham gets the extra yardage. You run over that guy every time, Marv.
And it is now a 2nd and goal. That ball just outside the goal line.
I think the Jets are looking for the spot where Hanna is again.
It's Cunningham, and he is over. Sam Cunningham hurdling for the score. So the New England Patriots have recaptured the lead. They now lead by 1, 18-17.
And right over John Hanna's left guard spot again. Watch 73. Just pushes him out of the way, and Cunningham in his famous dive, which he's been doing since he was in the Rose Bowl with USC, right over the top of 73. John Hanna. He makes running backs look good.
Cunningham's 5th touchdown of the season. Now John Smith will attempt the extra point. John Smith with the Jets now trailing 19-17. Ken Schroy. On a return, John Smith was able to make the tackle.
Schroy on the reverse. They tried to fool New England, and it didn't fool them very much, Marv.
It is a 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line for the New York Jets. 30-yard return by the Jets. Right here, we pause briefly for station identification. This is the NBC Television Network.
This is WNBC TV, New York.
1st down at the 41-yard line now for the Jets, who are trailing 19-17. Off the play action, Todd with much time, and completes it. Scott Durkin. 1st down and much more. Scott Durkin down to the 40-yard line. There is a flag now. 28-yard pass play.
You talk about extra effort. Watch Durkin. First of all, Todd does the wise thing, throws underneath the deep coverage. Now it's all Scott Durkin. Breaks 1 tackle there, and he just won't quit. 4 or 5 Patriots think they have him stopped, and he breaks right out of the pile and gains more yardage.
Good block by Clark Gaines. Sets up 1st and 10 down at the 32-yard line. Here's Durkin, who's had an active day. Durkin, 1st down and more inside the 20. Sam Hunt on the tackle. Marv Albert and Mike Haffner from Shea Stadium in New York. 9:40 left, 3rd quarter. And the Patriots, in a seesaw battle, have taken a 19-17 lead. A good punt return by Stanley Morgan, running for 35 yards to set up that last New England score. Cunningham taking it in from the 1, but the Jets are on the move now. 1st down at the 18-yard line. And this is Gaines with a big ball. So the Jet running game has suddenly emerged here in the 3rd quarter. Claiborne on the tackle, and another 1st down for the Jets. 1st and goal at the 8.
Watch Sam Hunt. Again, the 3-4 defense is based on the linebackers, and Hunt overruns it. And again, the Jet rushing game that has been non-existent this entire game has all of a sudden come to the fore, and this is such an important game for New England. They got to stop the Jets here.
First and goal at the 8. And Todd to throw for the end zone. Overthrows. Intended for the tight end, Jerome Barkham. Rod Schoch, outside linebacker, blitzing on the play.
And Richard Todd finally remembered to throw on first down, Marv. Good call in that situation, especially when the running game's going so well. Obviously, New England looking for that.
Clark Gaines has been quiet thus far today. He's carried only 8 times for 24 yards. Scott Durkin having a fine day. 12 carries, 51 yards. Second and goal, out at the 8. And Todd off the roll. And it run by himself, takes it in. Richard Todd, hearing it from the crowd here right throughout the day. Not the case in previous weeks here at Shea, but the crowd applauding that bootleg by Todd to give the Jets the lead by the score of 23-19.
Watch Richard Todd direct traffic. There's Clark Gaines. He wants the football, and Todd says, no, turn around and block. And he does, and it gets him in the end zone. Clark Gaines must be complimented on listening to his quarterback. Look at the way they folded in that New England Patriot pursuit. And Todd, the great athlete he is, tells Gaines to block. I'll get in. He does.
Plays 59 yards, 2 minutes, 15 seconds. Todd running it in from 8 yards out. And by virtue of that score, the Jets now lead the Patriots 24-19. The kickoff by Jacobs. Horace Ivory. Ivory out to the 30-yard line. 10 for the Patriots at the 30-yard line. And Grogan throwing the middle. Underthrows intended for Morgan. Down at the 40-yard line, Bobby Jackson covering on the play. Grogan is now 5 for 16 for 95 yards. And the big one, the 48-yard touchdown, combining with Morgan, but otherwise it has been an invisible day.
And again, when you throw it short, that means you're tentative. There's that important game that involves the Denver Broncos, who are looking for a playoff spot. Also the Houston Oilers, also the Oakland Raiders, and you can go on and on and on.
Second and 10. Running backs Ivory and Cunningham. And Grogan able to get it away, and it is broken up. Intended for Al Chandler. The tight end, Schaefer Suggs, covering on the play. Good rush by Joe Klecko.
That's an important playoff game. San Diego just stomping all over New Orleans. But L.A. won today. That wiped out New Orleans' chance for the playoffs. San Diego, of course, will come down to the last game of the season to decide the Western Division of the AFC in their game with Denver. Again, here we go with those playoff possibilities, and we need a half an hour for it.
And right here, the Patriots, who are in a must-win type situation, trailing the Jets 24-19, 3rd and 10 for Grogan. And he completes for the first down to Don Westbrook. Westbrook, the 3-year veteran out of the University of Nebraska, was hit down by left side linebacker Greg Buttle.
This time, Steve Grogan is not tentative. And Westbrook's wide open against the zone defense, expecting the pass, and Grogan drills him right between the 8 and the 3. But he's got to be more consistent, Marv.
Picked up 16 on that play. First down for the Patriots at their 46. Now he goes to the running game. Horace Ivory is hit back for a loss by Greg Buttle.
Penn State linebackers forever. They got quickness. Buttle makes a great play.
It's a loss of 1, 2nd and 11. As we check out the AFC East, Miami Dolphins now 10 up and 5 down off the victory earlier today over the Detroit Lions.
Just reinforces the fact that New England cannot afford to lose. They're not going to be a wild card team, it doesn't look like, but they've got to win here. That's all there is to it.
2nd and 11. Grogan unleashes one, penalty marker down. Taha for most reception yardage in New England Patriot history. And as you say, that penalty is refused.
Take a look. Morgan's going to run the crossing pattern. The ball is now in the air. And I didn't see any pass interference. It was just a great catch. Maybe a little bump, but not enough to really deserve a flag. But it's academic. Morgan caught it anyway.
For Morgan, his fourth catch. He has 86 yards on the day. Illegal chuck, the call on that penalty, but a first down for the Patriots at the Jet 39. Here's Ivory, cannot get to the outside. Again, it's Greg Buttle there to make the tackle. What a series for Buttle.
Buttle did exactly what you're supposed to do. Spring out the sweep, and he did it perfectly, and he was caught well up at Penn State. Oakland and Cleveland, 16-7. Cleveland trying to come back. They need to win to keep their playoff hopes alive.
If the Browns lose, it is all over for Cleveland.
We hope. Broncos lost. They're still in the race for the wild card.
Have to go back to the board on that one.
Oh, there's so many tiebreakers.
2nd and 10 at the 39. And on the reverse, Stanley Morgan, not able to pick up much, gets to the 35, no more. Schaefer Suggs was able to follow Morgan across the field to make the stop.
I wonder about a wide receiver reverse in this situation. 5:46 to go in the third period, and you're only down by 5 points. I'd still be running my normal offense. This game's nowhere near over, and the Patriots don't need to pull out the trick plays yet.
It sets up a 3rd and 5 at the 35. And the Jets send in the extra defensive backs. Troy and Dykes are in there now. And here is Grogan, and he goes down. Back live, a short punt by Hare. Returned by Hopper, a hard hit in there. Only a 25-yard punt by Hare, and a 9-yard return by Hopper. Gaines and Durking are the running backs. Todd the quarterback, and this is Durking on the sweep to the outside and out of bounds at the 30-yard line. A 5-yard advance, setting up a 2nd and 5 at the 30. Run out by the left corner, Raymond Claiborne.
Watch 79 Marvin Powell, one of the New York Jets' bookend tackles. Does an excellent job on Lunsford, and that's the reason Durking gets outside. The only problem is Durking ranked 25 yards and got a 4-yard gain. Got to run north and south in this game, not east and west.
The officials spotted at the 29, so make it a 2nd and 6. Tampa Bay really suffering today.
They're trying to give away that division title.
Now Clark Gaines going nowhere. Ray Hamilton, the nose tackle, making the stop. The New England Patriots have Lunsford, Hamilton, and Adams up front. The linebackers are Hawkins, Nelson, Hunt, and Schote. And in the secondary, Claiborne, McCray, Fox, and Sanford. It is now a 3rd and 5 for the Jets. Gaffney to the right, Jones left, and Hopper in the backfield along with Gaines. Richard Todd to throw deep, looking for Barker, and it is broken up. Deflected away. Ramsey, as you see, averaging 39 per punt.
Beauty.
Nice hang time, and Morgan says fair catch.
And obviously they don't adjust to the real stuff.
43-yard punt by Ramsey. Patriots first down at the 27-yard line. Second back coming through, Horace Ivory. A 2-yard pickup to the 29, but Greg Buttle there to make the stop. It'll set up a 2nd and 8.
Watch Joe Klecko, and again we said he is the key to the Jet front four. Played off his man perfectly and was right there to hold it to a short gain. He's played a whale of a game, Marv.
And comes off a superb effort against the Baltimore Colts last week. 2 sacks, 1 block punt.
In a Monday night game where somebody thought he had a broken leg, and he didn't, obviously.
2nd and 8. Grogan slowed him. It's Salam and Pillars combining on the sack of Grogan.
They double team Klecko, and Salam gets it.
A reminder, next Saturday, December 22nd, I should say in 2 weeks, on NBC Sports World, starting at 4 o'clock, it'll be Sports Year 79, a salute to the champions. Look back at all the big moments in 1979's World of Sports, right here on NBC. Grogan throwing deep. Westbrook had it stripped away of New England, averaging 33 yards per punt. This is 7th punt of the day. Nearly blocked. And a penalty marker is down as Hopper makes the catch at the 41-yard line. Donald Dykes, who has been a punt blocking specialist, that time made contact with Hare. He almost came up with the block.
And if he would have touched the ball and then hit Hare, there would have been Hare with a high snap. And, oh, I don't know how he didn't touch the ball. He was right there for it. The guy in the striped shirt's closer than I am.
Running into the kicker. First down.
The referee, Fred Sylvan, with the call on Donald Dykes. And the New England Patriots with a big break. First down out at the 31-yard line.
Running into the kicker, a 5-yard penalty, and an automatic first down.
Moments ago, you saw Schaefer Suggs being attended to, but he is all right and in the lineup right now. Strong safety, just had the wind knocked out. Here's Horace Ivory. Ivory, the ball carrier. Abdul Salam able to trip him up.
It's been more than just Joe Klecko today. This young man at linebacker, Greg Buttle, is having a whale of a game from his outside linebacker spot. There's that great speed. I mean, he came from the outside and stopped an inside run for a 5-yard gain. That's quickness.
Buttle's second on the club in tackles to the middle linebacker, Stan Blinkup. Ivory picked up 6, 2nd and 4. And Ivory again trying to follow blockers, but ripped back. Lost on the play. This time, Blinkup. And on the stop.
But it was Greg Buttle that stopped up all the blocking and gave the opportunity for Suggs to get in there to make the tackle along with Lawrence Pillars. Good job by Buttle. He plays such a smart linebacker. He's tough, too. Don't give him a chance to form tackle you.
It is a 3rd and 5, and this much maligned Jet defensive unit has done a good job here against the Patriots. They've come up with 4 sacks, 2 by Pillars, 1 apiece for Salam and Klecko. And Grogan to throw on 3rd down, rifles it out, and he is able to complete to Westbrook for a first down. Dykes and Lynn covering on the play. So Don Westbrook, a 3 veteran out of Nebraska, comes up with another key reception.
Will the real Steve Grogan please stand up? And on this time, he did stand up. A perfect throw right on the button to Westbrook's. And it's amazing. This man, Steve Grogan, one time he'll throw it in the dirt with his receiver wide open. The next time he drills you perfectly.
Second reception of the day for Westbrook for 28 yards. First down for the Patriots at their 43-yard line. Sam Cunningham. That time he tried to accelerate, but was ankle tackled at the Jet 48-yard line.
Maybe the New England Patriots ought to hire a psychiatrist as one of their assistant coaches to figure out which Steve Grogan is going to be there from one play to the next. He's got all the talent.
Grogan in his 5th year in the National Football League out of Kansas State. Goes 6'4", 208 pounds. 2nd and 6 for Grogan. A bullet and completes for the first down. And Grogan coming alive here in the latter stage of the 3rd quarter. That time combining with Harold Jackson. That's Jackson's first reception of the day.
And again, that points up that this New York Jet defense has done what everyone didn't expect. Cover those 2 wide receivers well, except for one time when Morgan got deep.
Time running down in this 3rd quarter. Let's see if they get it off. 3 seconds left in the quarter. Cunningham bouncing off tacklers. Patriots 24-19. Jets led at halftime 17-12. And Grogan has a 2nd and 9 at the 39-yard line. Off the play action, Morgan run out inside the 35 by Johnny Lynn, who came up to make the hit and was able to drive Morgan out of bounds.
Excellent reaction by the rookie cornerback. He reads the flanker screen, comes up, and now must make the form tackle on a guy with great speed and forces him right out of bounds. Good job. Uses the sideline as the extra defensive back. And Lynn, despite the maligned problems he's had, is having a pretty good game against a great set of wide receivers.
That was only a 4-yard reception, so it's a 3rd and 5. Morgan has now caught 6 for 100 yards. And here is Grogan going sideline, and he is able to complete to running back Ivory for a 1st down. Ron Crosby, the outside linebacker, replacing the injured Mike McKibben, was able to drive Ivory out of bounds. And here is that address once again, U.S. Olympics, Post Office Box 1980T, Cathedral Station, Boston, Massachusetts. Send your tax-deductible contribution to help our American Olympic athletes. Steve Grogan is now 11 for 24 through 1 touchdown, connecting with Morgan on a 48-yard bomb. 1st down at the 20-yard line. It's Ivory getting the call. Ivory broke a tackle, but then hauled down by Klecko at the 17-yard line.
Joe Klecko's all over the field. Pass rush, had a sack today. Great lateral pursuit.
Well, the Buccaneers trailing the rejuvenated San Francisco 49ers.
They lose today. That means they have to win the last game of the season to clinch the division. They've had that same opportunity the last 4 weeks.
Had the easy schedule earlier and really have had the difficulties recently. Grogan throwing on 2nd down, intended for Morgan, covered by Bobby Jackson.
Bobby Jackson turned around and looked at the back judge to see if a flag was down. Watch Morgan. He's running the post pattern, the same pattern he ran for the touchdown. This time on Jackson. Was on Lynn the other time. Let's see if we can get Jackson's. He's got his hands off. See? Back judge, I didn't touch him. Uh-oh. Cleveland won't give up. You know, they've come back so many times this year. Brian Sipe, he's a wizard. Playoff implications there. Oh.
So the Browns are right back in it. Right here is a 3rd and 6 at the 6 to line. So that is the case right here for the New England Patriots. And a big play, 3rd and 6 for the Patriots at the Jet 16-yard line. And Grogan was really hammered. Harold Jackson out of the end zone. At the 10. He has connected on 10 of his last 11. And this ball, yards out, Jets take over at their 16. They're leading at 24-19. Scott Durkin, nowhere to go. Durkin is stopped. Hawkins and McCray combined to make the tackle. A weekend full of football right here on NBC. Next Saturday, a special edition of NFL 79. And then the New York Jets and the Miami Dolphins on the final regular season Sunday. Exciting regional coverage, including the Browns and Bengals, Buffalo and Pittsburgh, and the Seahawks and the Raiders. 2nd and 10. And Todd able to complete. Clark Gaines, 1st down, out to the 34-yard line. Steve Nelson, inside linebacker on the left for the Patriots, making the stop.
Excellent call by Richard Todd. Play action pass. Patriots figuring that the Jets will play it close to their best, and they sneak him out. Clark Gaines out of the backfield, and they pick up a 1st down. And if you have the ball, the Patriots can't score, and they have got to win this football game.
Ball spotted at the 33, so a 17-yard pass play. Todd is now 9 for 21, 130 yards. The give to Durkin. And Scott Durkin at the 37. Steve Nelson on the tackle. It's a 4-yard advance, making for a 2nd and 6.
A lot of pressure on the New England defense. They've got to have the ball back for their offense so they get out in front. Sam Hunt trying to make something happen, and he's not happy with the way he's getting pushed around. And don't get your temper up. Hunt could cost them 15 yards, and they don't need that.
That is now a final. San Diego Chargers beating New Orleans 35-0. Todd on the roll. Threw it too hard. Gaines could not hold on. Gaines very surprised to get that bullet.
He was 4 feet away from him, Marv. Sam Hunt again on the coverage this time, really trying to contain Richard Todd. He makes his decision, and again, he's trying to make something happen, and Todd paid for it.
And there's Sam.
I wouldn't want to get in his way.
6-year veteran. Going to the sidelines. Ray Kostick replaces him at right inside linebacker. Jets lead 24-19 by virtue of an 8-yard run by Todd to bring it in the third quarter. And he has a 3rd and 5. Big rush, able to get it off. And a punt for the Jets back at his 23-yard line. And Stanley Morgan awaits this punt from Ramsey. And a beauty. Morgan backpedals. Morgan back at his 10. Refused to go down and then forced out of bounds. 24-19, 52-yard punt by Ramsey. So the Patriots first down at their 13-yard line. Off the play action. Grogan fires down and nearly intercepted. And Bobby Jackson very upset. Should have had it.
Perfect pass right to Jackson. I think he was running for the touchdown. Watch Steve Grogan going for Carlos Pennywell, 88 on the crossing pattern. And Jackson plays it perfectly, steps in front. He's going to run for a touchdown, but he forgot the pigskin. It shows you that he knows that he should have got it.
Carlos Pennywell, a second-year pro out of Grambling. The intended receiver, 2nd and 10. Off the delay, it's Cunningham to the 15. Just 2 on the play. Abdul Salam on the tackle. Well, we are going to bowl you over here on NBC Sports starting on Christmas Day. The Pitt Panthers taking on the Wildcats of Arizona. That's the Fiesta Bowl. On New Year's Day, Heisman winner Charles White leading 3rd-ranked USC against the #1 ranked Buckeyes of Ohio State for the national championship. And the undefeated Florida State Seminoles face Billy Sims in Oklahoma amidst all the spectacular pageantry of the Orange Bowl. 3rd and 8 from the 15. And Grogan in trouble. Now gets it away and completes it. Steve Grogan picking up the first down again. A key catch by Horace Ivory. So Ivory out of the backfield. It appeared that Grogan was dead right here.
Watch, this is what happens when you get a quarterback who can move around and make things happen. Now watch him just stand and survey. Now he finds Horace Ivory, and Ivory bobbled the ball, but got a hold of it before he got out of bounds and got a first down, kept the drive alive.
It is a
many possibilities.
First down at the 29-yard line. Cunningham on the swing pass.
The worst record in the NFL.
All right, we resume 2nd and 10 for the Patriots at their 29-yard line. And Grogan throws and completes out at the 50-yard line to Harold Jackson. That is only his 2nd reception of the day. Bobby Jackson, the left cornerback, making the stop for the Jets. It's a first down for New England at midfield.
And Greg Buttle took himself out of that under coverage. He faked a blitz, and they had the crossing pattern or post pattern to Harold Jackson, and there was no underneath coverage, and Grogan drilled it right in there.
21-yard pass play. Grogan is now 13 for 30. 203 yards. Grogan throwing on first down. Incomplete. Intended for Jackson. Covered by the free safety, Burgess Owens.
Had him wide open and bounced it to him again. It's amazing. The guy looks tremendous on one play and then bounces the next one. Lots of time left, though.
9 minutes, 51 seconds left in the 4th quarter. The Jets lead at 24-19. The go-ahead score, an 8-yard run by Richard Todd. Early in the third quarter, a 35-yard punt return by Stanley Morgan gave the Patriots excellent field position. And they eventually brought it down to the 1 where Sam Cunningham ran it in. Ivory and Calhoun now in the New England backfield. It is ruled incomplete. Morgan picked it up on a short hop, and it is incomplete, although Stanley tried.
They get a few Emmys today. Saw Horace Ivory try to fake the back judge out once. Same thing with Morgan this time. And again, Grogan is short-arming it again, throwing him. Might be a reason for him short-arming this one. Watch the shot he gets after he lets the ball go. Hello. Who says quarterback is easy?
Well, the Jets have had their biggest sack day. They've gotten to Grogan 4 times. Dykes and Troy come on as the extra defensive backs. 3rd and 10 at the 50. Central Oklahoma. A 10-man rush. And the punt by hand. Hopper comes up. And the Patriots down it. 2. Remaining fourth quarter. Jets lead 24-19. Jets first down at their 29-yard line. And they go to the running game. Clark Gaines with a short pickup. So Gaines, the ball carrier. Stopped by Hamilton and Hunt. Upcoming following the Jets and the Patriots here on NBC. Mary and Joseph, A Story of Faith, followed by Primetime Sunday with Tom Snyder. 3-hour special of Mary and Joseph. It is a 2nd and 6 at the 33. And it's Gaines again. So the Jets low-key it with Gaines in the first half, but now getting the call. Stopped by the outside linebacker on the right, Rod Shook.
First downs are very important for the Jets here. 8.5 minutes to go. You don't want to keep giving the ball back to the New England Patriots and giving them an opportunity to go back in front. They've got to get first downs.
It is now a 3rd and 2 at the 37-yard line. The setbacks are Durkin and Gaines. The 32-yard line, the Patriots send in the nickel back. And here is Todd to throw with time. And overthrows Hopper. And again, Morgan has to backpedal, and fair catches.
I'm sure he'd like to be playing and out of that top coat.
Don Calhoun, Horace Ivory are the running backs. And Grogan just did get it away. Don Calhoun stopped by Stan Blinka. Well, we have double-checked the Brown-Oakland situation, and Mike, you are right. Cleveland Browns are still alive.
There's so many tiebreakers, Marv, that it would take a computer genius to figure out who's still in it. But we'll say at 9 up and 6 down for Cleveland that they are still in the hunt for a wild card berth. Can't win the division.
Right. It is a 2nd and 4 at the 30. And this is Calhoun on his first carry of the day, and he's hit for a loss. Marty Lyons and Joe Klecko combining. It has been a sensational day for Klecko.
The whole Jet defense has to be complimented, especially when you think back to 56-3, the score the last time these two teams met. And we certainly haven't had that many points out of the New England Patriots today.
It is now back to a 3rd and 6 at the 29-yard line. 6.5 remaining fourth quarter. And here is Grogan. We would like to welcome all those stations that have just joined us around the country. Marv Albert with Mike Haffner from Shea Stadium in New York. 6:24 left in the fourth quarter, and the Jets leading the New England Patriots by the score of 24-19. The Patriots in punt formation. Eddie Hare, the rookie out of Tulsa, back at his 15-yard line. Bruce Hopper is the deep man, and he calls fair catch out of the 41.
Bruce Hopper.
For the Patriots to have a chance. Janet, let's go Jets right here. But quarterback Richard Todd handing to Scott Durking, brings to the 45, pickup of 4, and it'll be a 2nd and 6 for the Jets. Tim Fox, the free safety on the turn.
And again, New England Patriot fans on the edge of their seat. Patriots must win here, and the Jets trying to hold on to a very tenuous 5-point lead, Marv.
Just under 6 left in the fourth quarter, and the Jets lead 24-19. Clark Gaines, the ball carrier.
Carried by Clark Gaines, number 21.
Once again, we'd like to welcome those stations that have just joined us. The Patriots and the Jets still in progress. Jets with the 24-19 lead, 5:25 remaining in the fourth quarter. Mary and Joseph, A Story of Faith, will be seen immediately following the conclusion of our football coverage over most of these NBC stations on the West Coast and most Mountain Time Zone stations. It will be seen at its regular time. A 3rd and 2 for the New York Jets. And here's Durkin, and he's got the first down and more. Scott Durkin to the 35-yard line. Raymond Claiborne on the tackle.
Little Scott Durkin has been doing it all day. And for the fans that just joined us, this squiggly little running back gives extra effort after extra effort, breaking tackles, and what an important first down for the Jets, who are trying to control the ball and keep the Patriots out of the playoffs this year.
82 yards, 17 carries for Durkin. First down at the 34-yard line, and here is Hopper. Hopper with short yardage on the play. Steve Nelson, the inside linebacker on the left, making the stop.
Steve Nelson, the designated leader of the Patriot defense, and the Pats have the clock working against them, and Nelson trying to make something happen, trying to strip the ball. He can't do it, and he's trying to fire his guys up and get that ball back for his offense. The Patriots don't win, Marv. They're out of the playoff picture completely.
Jets now 2nd and 8 at the Patriot 32-yard line. In the early inning this season, the Jets were blasted by the Patriots 56-3. Hopper with a straight ahead move. Sam Hunt, inside linebacker on the right, making the stop.
Moving down to 3.5 minutes, Marv. 3rd down and 3, and this might be the 3rd down of the game, at least as far as the Patriots are concerned. Ron Earhart, he's pacing up and down.
A shaky day for his quarterback, Steve Grogan. Would connect on a 48-yard bomb with Stanley Morgan, but has not been able to get much going. 3rd and 3 for the Jets at the New England 27-yard line. And Todd throwing to the left side. Great catch by Bobby Jones. Rick Sanford on the stop. Bobby Jones with a big play down at the 11.
Coverage by Rick Sanford, who is replacing an injured Mike Haynes, the all-pro cornerback. And Todd lays it up, and Bobby Jones, who never played college football, adjusts to the pass. Sanford had his back to the quarterback and couldn't see the ball coming in. Jones made a great play.
It's a 16-yard pass play. 1st and 10 at the 11. And Todd off the roll. Throws for the end zone, overthrows intended for Jones.
Purposely overthrown, Mark. No receiver open. Save the down. Don't throw an interception or fumble. A smart throwaway, as they say.
2 minutes, 20 seconds left in the fourth quarter. New York Jets coming off a victory last week over Baltimore. They had dropped their previous 3. The Patriots have lost their last 2, losing to Miami and losing in overtime to Buffalo, and they have lost 3 of the last 4. As you look at that AFC East, the Patriots lose here today, and their season is over. 2nd and 10. Newton combining with Durkin in the backfield now. Todd with time. Underthrow. Gaffney, the intended receiver, covered by McCray.
Might have been an overthrow too, Marv. There was a back coming out of the backfield, but Todd did the wise thing. He didn't throw it to a New England Patriot. Pats can't score if they don't have the ball.
Tom Newton coming out of the Jet backfield. We now have 2 minutes, 15 seconds remaining in the 4th quarter, and the Jets lead it by the score of 24-19. Todd is 10 for 26. He has thrown 1 touchdown for 146 yards in all. And Durkin got caught on the handoff, and it cost as McGee and Ubin combined go to 10. He is 4 for 7 on the season. And it is good.
Inside kick.
Jacobs with a short kick. And it's Alan Clark out of North Arizona. The rookie return man brings up to the 40. Westbrook, Morgan, and Jackson in there right now. First down at the 41-yard line. And here's Grogan after taking the deep drop and broken up. A hard hit by Bobby Jackson.
Watch closely. Harold Jackson, 29, on the turn-in pattern. And you'll see Jackson, 40, nail him before the ball gets there. And that's the way the rule reads. You got to let him have a chance to catch it.
On the interference, it is a first down at the Jet 40-yard line. A 19-yard pickup on the interference call. And Grogan to throw again, throwing deep downfield, wide open, Stanley Morgan for the touchdown. And the Patriots are right back.
Steve Grogan, he's been bouncing the ball all over this park today. And yet, when he's got to have it quickly, he gets the speedy Morgan out of Tennessee. And watch this great speed right by Jackson. Just leaves him standing still. And Morgan, his 2nd touchdown reception of the day, and a perfect throw by Steve Grogan.
And now the Jets have to be thinking with 1:39 remaining in this 4th quarter as Morgan picks it off. It is now a situation where anything can happen, and the Jets have done very poorly in last-minute type ball games. Point after attempt by John Smith, and it is good. Patriots have 2 timeouts remaining. The Jets with 3 left. Penalty marker is down. Flags are all over the field.
Bounds. Illegal use of the hands. 10-yard penalty and a re-kick.
Still in this ball game.
All right, the Patriots shuffle up front, and Smith looping one down, and it carries out of bounds, and a flag throw.
5-yard penalty.
They'll do it again.
Re-kick.
Should this continue, they would get back as far as the 5 and then keep going half the distance. And the way this is going, who knows? We'll have to wait and see until they unravel over at the far side.
I think the Jets have got it.
From the indication of the players, yes, it is Tom Newton able to come up with it at the 38-yard line. So 3 seconds did move on the clock. The timeout situation. New England with 2 left. Jets with 3 left. 1:36 left in this 4th quarter. The Jets lead by 1 and desperately want to hold on to that football. 1st and 10 at the New England 38-yard line. Clark gains. who has had a big second half. Clock is running, 1:25 left in this fourth quarter. The Jets, who have been clobbered on 2 occasions by the New England Patriots earlier this year and then last year, would dearly love to knock the Patriots out of the playoffs.
Patriots still have 2 timeouts, Marv, so it ain't over yet.
It is a 2nd and 8. Gaines picking up 2. Durkin and Gaines, the running backs. And it's Gaines again inside the 35-yard. 51 seconds remaining fourth quarter. Jets by 1 over the Patriots, 27-26. The Patriots down to 1 timeout remaining. And here is Clark Gaines, and he is short of the first down.
Clock as possible.
Newton and Durkin are in the backfield. Scott Durkin got the first down. Big play, so Durkin ripping off the yardage down to the 22 off the block by Tom Newton.
And Tom Newton just sealed the fate by that great block. Scott Durkin, he has been the extra effort man all day. He knew a first down here would bury the Patriots, and he got it with some despair. That little running back's had a great day, Marv.
24 seconds remaining. There's a Patriot player hurt on the field, and that just stopped the clock with 24 seconds left. What do you think? They would match last year's record of 8 up, 8 down. 24 seconds remaining. The Jets look to fall on the football, no question. That will do it.
That's the ball game. And the Patriots, with all that talent, won't be in the playoffs this year.